History has witnessed tons of malicious tech activities over time. However, the world's deadliest attack on the IT industry is better known as WannaCry Ransomware. Let's dive into it. What was WannaCry? As the name suggests, WannaCry aims to make people all teary as the ransomware targets the user's essential data. The lethal cyber attack has multiple names that you may or may not have heard of, including WannaCrypt, WannaCryptor, or simply WannaRansom. WannaCry appears to have been based on a code leaked from a cyber weapon developed by the U.S. National Security Agency. Not to ask for ransom though. However, the leak caused technological devastation, which we'll tell you more about. What is a ransomware attack? Now, for those unaware of ransomware, let's try to break it down. Ransomware is a cyber attack that hackers use to hold users' critical data for some money demanded by the criminal. This prevents the victims from accessing their systems until the victims pay the cyber criminal, usually in the form of cryptocurrency, since it's harder to trace. Cyber criminals often start a ransomware attack through email, tricking users into clicking a malicious link or opening a dangerous attachment that spreads malware on an organization's network. In some cases, users or organizations affected by ransomware never get to see their data again, despite paying the ransom. Cybercriminals are becoming pros at executing ransomware attacks as cryptocurrency enables smooth transactions. Simply put, these attacks are dangerous, and they work. What did it do, and how did it work? WannaCry encrypted the user's files and demanded a ransom payment to unlock the files. This ransomware spread rapidly like a worm by leveraging a Windows vulnerability in the server message block, or SMB service, which allows computers to use share files and printers across local networks. The attack was enormous, even prompting Microsoft to issue a patch for Windows XP, an operating system that didn't even have support anymore. Interestingly, the worm contained a kill switch, a domain name the worm looked for when it initially ran. If that domain was live, the attack stopped working. Who originally developed the exploit? The attack began on May 12, 2017, and spread through an exploit created by the U.S. National Security Agency, or NSA, called Eternal Blue for older Windows systems. The exploit was leaked by a group of hackers called the Shadow Brokers a month before the attack. By the end of the same year, US and the UK security experts claimed that the attack originated from North Korea. While Microsoft had previously released patches to close the vulnerability, the attack spread was from organizations using both older and unpatched Windows systems. The patches were essential for organization cybersecurity. However, many were not implemented due to ignorance of their importance. Who stopped the attack and how? Fortunately, a malware researcher and cybersecurity employee at Logic named Marcus Hutchins found the kill switch domain name inside the code of the worm. He took the liberty of registering the domain, effectively neutralizing the attack. While the already affected systems were unsavable, it significantly slowed the spread of the initial infection. Defensive measures had enough time to be arranged to stop this attack, mainly in North America and Asia, which had not suffered to the same extent as the United Kingdom. On the 14th of May, the first variant of WannaCry appeared with a new and second kill switch registered by Matt Switcha on the same day. A second variant followed with the third and last kill switch the next day, registered by the company Checkpoint. It was reported that hackers tried using a Murai botnet variant to effect a distributed denial of service attack on WannaCry's kill switch domain to knock it offline. Marcus Hutchins switched to a cached version of the site, which protected the environment. Furthermore, University College London and Boston University researchers stated that the system developed by their team could defeat WannaCry and other families of ransomware by recovering the keys to encrypt the user's data. What was the impact of the attack? The attack was a stark reminder to keep software and operating systems up to date. Companies need to have backup systems in place to be able to keep the business running and to recover from any attack afterwards. Around 200,000 computers were affected across 150 countries. According to sources, Russia, Ukraine, India, and Taiwan were the most affected countries. Perhaps the largest agencies struck by the attack were the National Health Service, or NHS, hospitals in the UK. The WannaCry ransom targeted thousands of devices, including computers, MRI scanners, blood storage refrigerators, and theater equipment. In fact, some NHS services had to turn away non-critical emergencies, and ambulances were diverted. You can imagine the horror this attack caused. Now, you might be wondering how the NHS was targeted so easily. Reports say that thousands of computers and NHS trusts were still opening Windows XP. It was later concluded in 2018 that all 200 NHS hospitals still failed cybersecurity checks. Besides the NHS, other companies were also prey of the ransomware attack. Nissan Motor Manufacturing in the UK halted production after WannaCry infected some of their systems. Renault also stopped production at several sites to stop the spread of ransomware. Among other known companies are Telefonica, FedEx, and Deutsche Bahn, along with many other organizations that suffered losses from this unfortunate cyber attack. Although the WannaCry ransomware caused massive disruption worldwide, the attack's effect is said to be low relative to other potential cyber attacks. It could have been much worse if Hutchins did not discover that the attack had a built-in kill switch, or if it had been targeted explicitly at industries such as nuclear power plants, dams, railway systems, etc. To conclude the WannaCry ransomware's impact, economic losses from this attack reached up to hundreds of millions to billions of dollars. That's it for this video. We hope it was informative and gave you insight into something you weren't aware of. Leave a comment if you have a cyber attack that you want us to cover. If you like the story, please click like and also subscribe to be notified the next time we're out with new content.